Hey, how you doing everybody? JW here, large car channel here on YouTube. Brush Truck Center, Southern Colorado, Pueblo, Colorado Springs. Do a lot of work in Denver too, so I just wanted to go over this truck. But before I start on it, I wanted to give you an update on what my 2023 build slot updates are. I'll probably flash some information up here on the screen just to let you know. So we've been given the similar allocation to what we've gotten for 2022. All of you guys who have deposits in with me, we need to touch base here in the next week or two so that we can go ahead and start getting your truck specs ready and start talking about pricing, how all the stuff's going to get ordered and everything. So I should have my allocation in the next couple weeks. So with that said, as you all know, the 389's time is very limited. I'm not allowed to say anything official about it, but until Peterbilt does a release on there, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I think the one thing that we need to understand is the time is very limited on the 389. So I have already had most of my 389s locked up for next year, but if you want a 389, we need to talk about getting your deposit and everything in as soon as possible and getting you on the list. And so there's also murmurs of a 389X for third and fourth quarter. So if you guys are interested in a 389X, it's much similar to a Pride and Class, but it's going to be an X model. And yes, additionally, I do got a couple 579s left over that I want to talk about. They're going to be owner-operator specs, and they actually are 2022 early model year pricing, of course, with the increases that we have received throughout the year. So Ultralofts are going to be going up in price as well. So I just wanted to let you know about those. So I'm flashing my number up there. Make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text. Text might be better. Make sure when you do that, leave your name and everything. So let's take a look at Eric's truck. I went and threw a little bit of fuel in it, and I'm gonna pan out because I want you to see. He didn't give me permission to give his paint coat out, but this is an off-white color. It's a proprietary color that he had, him and I kind of came up with pretty much by accident, but I did it up against this white wall so that you could kind of see. In certain lights, it almost comes across as a baby blue, but it's kind of like a eggshell color or a snow color, which I think is pretty rad. Now his frame's a little bit dirty, but we found this frame color too with some recommendations from one of the paint gals down at Peterbilt. She gave us some really cool colors on this. So we're going to be doing some nice upgrades to this truck. Nothing insanely crazy. I think this one's just going to be smooth and classy when we're all done with it. So wanted to show Eric, give Eric a quick thumbs up on his new truck. Parts are in actually, all except his stacks. We're going to do some Dynaflex stacks on here. It's got full lockers. I think he's going to do some auto chains under here so we can mount his fenders lower. It's one thing that a lot of guys are starting to do more and more now. Talking about 24 low pros, just had a truck go out the other day, Peterbilt's truck, and had to have the tire vendor come over and talk to us on the Bridgestone side, and he said that they are trying to get away from 24 low pros altogether. So the tire shortage stuff is not going to get any better. Gotta love them Harley guys, man. Loud pipes save lives. That's what they tell me. So this one is a 63 stand-up, I should say. We put a 605 Cummins in there, 280 wheelbase. I really like that frame color. It's a good neutral color that's not black. I mean, this color could go just about with anything. 13.2 air ride front. Sears seats. We did 12 gauges, 8 rockers. That's where he's going to tie in his auto chains. A lot of people ask me about this switch. So the hot switch with the relay is, there's a wire that goes halfway down the frame rail. It's tucked in there. It's either that one or this one. I can't remember. But it's out there, so if you need to tie any extra wiring out for a trailer, lift axle, or anything like that, it might be a good option for you. We did 3 1/4 rears on this one. Another shortage we've been experiencing, guys, is the bunk heater shortage. The majority of our trucks that are ordered with bunk heaters are coming without the S-bar heaters, but they're putting the fuel and supply lines and they're tucking them up under the sleepers, so is all we have to do. But make sure if you got a truck on order, Peterbilt's doing a little bit of a credit on that, but we do have to buy those at the dealer level. All sorts of good information on shortages and stuff. But so the good news is Peterbilt is going to be building about the same amount of trucks. They didn't want to stick their neck out. The hope is always that they'll get better supply chain stuff happening, and they're going to be able to provide us with additional build slots for 2023. But I'm going to tell you, don't hold your breath. If this year is any indication, we thought we were going to have that scenario play out this year, and it certainly did not. So again, guys, I'm going to throw my number at the bottom. Really appreciate you watching and subscribing. If you want a 389, please call me. This is very urgent. There's not going to be very many available. Most of them have already been spoken for the year, okay? So I'll talk to you all soon. Stay safe, everybody.